Now we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
Boom. That's the sound of a fresco, which means we're back with the Ultra Crude Podcast. I am John. You are Miss Jones. We host the Mid-State Mile. We do ultra running. We do ultra running coaching. We do life together because we're madly in love.
Yes, we are.
And we're back. We're just sharing basically our life that we live together and the conversations that we have with other people that might want to listen to them.
Yeah.
Which I think is fun.
Thankfully, people want to listen to them.
I don't know why. Listen, if you're new to the show, this podcast is mostly nonsense. Sometimes we talk about ultra running. Well, it's all about ultra running, so to a certain extent, but there's a lot of nonsense that goes on in the between. Yeah. I've got a bone to pick with you. I'm glad we're back.
Oh wow! Way to ambush me.
Yeah. So anybody that's listened to the show knows. I guess I would say our opinions, our proclivities, the situation, our hard stance, strong opinions, our viewpoints on the self-checkout.
Yeah.
At Publix. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No, but I'm here.
I think there's a decorum at the self-checkout. There's certain procedures that people should do. We've talked about them a time or two, and this isn't essentially surrounding the amount of items you have there. You're not in violation of that at all. Or even taking the receipt, which I don't know what the deal is with public self-checkout receipts, but they're getting up there like the CVS level.
It's a long.
Like, what is even on? I got 3 items. Why is it 1.5 feet long?
It's wasting paper, man.
Like, what? I have no idea what that receipt says. I've never looked at it once.
They offer you like surveys and discounts and enter you and stuff.
What? Why am I taking a survey after buying some eggs? Not doing it. Anyway. You got to take the receipt. Not taking your self-checkout receipt is the new not returning your cart. Like, you didn't get a cart because you went to the self-checkout, but you didn't take your receipt either.
Yeah.
The point is, when you're in the self-checkout, you got to make it expedient. You got to be real efficient with your time. You don't want to hold up the line. There's people waiting. And sometimes we go to the self-checkout and wait because we don't want to go to, like, the express lane.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to talk to people.
And deal with whoever's over there.
Yeah.
But you've taken a little extra time on self-checkout. You've added an unnecessary step.
Oh, the bagging?
To the self-checkout.
Well, here's the thing. Publix...
Yeah, please explain to the people why you were making the self-checkout process longer.
Here's the thing that Publix is doing. As soon as you leave, the person comes over and like fluffs the bag. Like they open the bag. They don't leave. Kroger doesn't do it.
I don't think that's first of all.
It is. Stand there and fucking watch. I swear to God.
Hey, Jones. It is. We are just 3 minutes into the show and you're throwing F-bombs.
Well.
And that's why we call it the Ultra Crude Podcast. I don't know that that's a store policy. I think that's an overzealous self-checkout warden thing.
It's store policy.
Have you looked it up?
Yes.
You have? Stop it. You've looked.
It was on a fucking thread because I thought I was.
Is it on the receipt?
No, but it was like on a thread because I was like, Google. I was like, is this? And I've watched multiple different ones do it. I go to Publix a lot, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, we're in the Publix all the time.
And it's at both different locations that we go to, and it is multiple different self-checkout. I was like, this has to be a new policy.
I think the 70 Publix is a little lazy. I don't know if they're getting it done over there. I don't know if they're bag fluffing, but you're a fluffer.
Yeah, I pull it out because they walk over and do it right afterwards. That's why
I'm
sometimes
7 steps ahead of you. I'm halfway to the door. I turn around. You're fluffing bags.
Yeah, because they're coming over to do it as soon as we leave.
Let those people work.
No,
it's literally their only job.
I'm standing right there. I can do it.
It takes time in the self-checkout.
I don't care.
I do. I'm waiting on you.
Well, don't come with me anymore.
We go to the store all the time together. We go to the store, we probably go to the store together once a day. And then each go to the store independently once a day.
Probably.
We can't.
That means we're piss poor planners.
No, it's just, here's the thing, and I've given it a lot of thought. Ideally, people out there live in a world where they make grocery lists and do whatever. These are people that live in areas that they don't pass 5 grocery stores every time they leave the house.
Yeah.
Like, we can't go anywhere without passing a grocery store.
Multiple grocery stores, really.
Yeah, so it's not like that big a deal to pull into one and pick up something for lunch or dinner. We're not on a tight deadline. We're not taking kids to soccer practice over here. Like, it's okay that this is how we live our life. Don't come for us. It's a system that works for you and I.
Yeah, sometimes it's quite inconvenient though. It angers me. What the fuck? I'm like, how many times I gotta go to the store
It
this week?
is.
But hey, that's on me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to take
Did you go to the
accountability.
store today?
No, but I got to for dinner.
See, you check that up. I already went to Publix today. Have I gone to Publix twice today? No, I didn't. I didn't go
No,
this morning.
we've already been.
Sometimes
Oh,
I'll
you
go.
get the.
Sometimes I'll go before work in the morning because I go to work because I work.
I know you work.
I'm just saying for those that may not follow along all the time, I work. I have a job. You know, somebody came into the store today. I was wearing my other hat. It's just a mile hat,
hmm
and they're like, "Oh, have you ran that race?"
Did you go? Oh,
I went, "No, no, I haven't." No, which is true. I haven't. I said, actually, I host the event. They were from Michigan.
Oh snap!
Yeah. And the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, my buddy Kevin's been telling me all about that." Like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what all he said, but it was really cool that like they happened to come into the store because they went to Memphis on vacation. How they made it out of Memphis alive. God bless him.
Yeah,
But he's a road guy, marathon guy. But
that's so
yeah,
cool.
he's like, the doc was really cool. I was like, yeah, that's awesome, man. Come out, run Tennessee Mile if you want a little taste of it. He knew all about like getting in. He's like, it's really hard to get into, right? I was like, well, if you come run Tennessee Mile, it's a little easier.
That's so cool.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah, tell him to come back to Memphis for vacation and actually come back to Nashville.
Well, I think they were doing a Tennessee thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Like they were in Memphis. He ran a marathon or something, half marathon, stopped in Nashville. We're on their way to Pigeon Forge.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But it was very cool that
That was really cool.
they from Michigan. I thought maybe they're friends with Doug Holder or something. I was like, yeah.
You mean Doug Moore?
Yeah. Well, you could be friends with Doug Holder too.
Yeah, if you're going to Pigeon Forge, yeah. If you're headed east
See?
Tennessee, yeah.
It all comes together. Yeah, Doug Moore is what I was looking for. Grrr. Anyway, we got to get a handle on how you're checking out at the grocery store.
No, we don't. I'm being kind and courteous and saving them 5 steps because most of those people are not young people that are sitting there.
I think it's a 50-50 split.
It depends on what time of day you go, but like these people are there because like everything's too expensive for folks to retire.
No, they're wardens. They're wardens of the self-checkout. They're just lording over you, just standing there, giving you the mean eyeball. Yeah. And then when you leave, after you've done all your checking out, they go, "Thank you. Thank you for what? Thank you for checking out my own groceries."
You chose that life. You chose self-checkout.
I did choose it, but I don't want to have. I chose it in part so I don't have to have an interaction. And now you're forcing me to have the interaction, which I don't want to do. If I wanted to talk to a Publix employee, I would have waited in line and been courteous and chatty.
Got a sip of that Fresca.
Fresca. This show is brought to you by Fresca. It might be one day. Listen, let's get into some questions. We got some questions this week. Have y'all recovered from Mid-State? Thank you for everything you guys do. Have you recovered from Mid-State? Today was a big day. Today was the trash haul off day.
Well, we were a little late compared to.
Gosh, I don't know that we're late. I think we're probably later than last year, but we're earlier than some events in the past. That's for darn tootin'.
There's still a lot to like pick up and clean up because we also had to clean out our storage unit so we can store the coolers and other race stuff.
Yeah, we spent all day, all week. It's been a couple days this weekend doing storage unit cleaning up.
Yeah, and so I'm dog and house sitting this week, and I thought I was doing it till Thursday, but apparently it's only Wednesday. I looked at the calendar.
Oh no!
I was sitting here nor there. I've taken a lot of time to catch up on stuff. I have a lot of posts and stuff to program in and to do and some people to reach back out to and stuff. Leading up to Mid-State was really, really busy and stressful.
Yeah, it's a good thing that post Mid-State's not busy or stressful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that also is. But having the time, not that I don't love being here with you and Kitty and everyone, I think having to be still and quiet in a place that is not my home and not looking around at everything that I need to do, not like having to look at laundry, not like, I've got to do whatever is in front of me. I think it's been a good decompression a little bit and a bit of a moment to breathe because I could feel like my cortisol levels were just really, really
Oh,
high from being constantly triggered. Like I could see it in
your cortisol's been through the roof since March, probably.
March, April, and I could tell it like in my lower belly in places where like when my hormones get off, and usually it's triggered from major stress. Uh,
Major stress.
I could feel it in my body. My body was holding
Yeah.
inflammation and just doing all this. And I actually kind of feel all of that fading. And it's not that I don't love being at home, but when you're still constantly looking at things that need to
Listen,
be like the
whenever you're
backyard.
home, you're looking for a reason to leave.
No, I mean there's
You want
there's
to go out and do
constantly
something.
shit to do.
No,
Like,
there is.
there's never the list never ever fucking ends, and that's not a bad thing. We've worked really hard for this life, and it is a blessing. And I want to say that, like, we carve out a life
You
that
want to
we
say
love.
that, or you're going to say that?
I'm going to say that, and I do mean it. We work really hard to carve out a life that's built around the things that we love, and it's not given. We don't go and
No,
work
it's
for
not easy.
someone.
Hard
there's
choices
yes,
to
and
do it deliberately.
yes, and there's not like you don't show up and then someone gives you a paycheck or tells you have to do XYZ. You have to figure out all the in betweens, and there's not.
We're not getting PTO.
No, we're not
We don't
getting
have days
PTO.
off.
Like every day, it is work, and I sometimes forget that that's like what is. And when I feel worn down and stressed and overwhelmed, I get down on myself, which doesn't help. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up with this. And so having to go over there and do that and actually focus on some of the other things that I want to do, like I'm building out this, a mental toughness course, and the other one is called Unbreakable When the Whistle Blows. And that is going to be around like it is around, I've already got like 7 chapters in that, or 7 modules.
Is that going to be available for $99.99?
It is actually going to be available for purchase, and I may turn it into a book. But it's all these other projects that have been on my brain, and I don't always realize when everything's going how much space and emotional like bandwidth that takes up, because I feel like I have so many things going that are not complete. And I think I've touched on that before. And so having to sit there in a house that's not yours, unable to do all the things that you feel you need to do around you and walk through, like,
Well,
you
I
have to
know that
focus on
it's
the
so
stuff
much
that you
as
can.
unable to do them. It's just the compulsion to do them, the necessity to do them isn't there.
Yeah.
So you're able to sit in comfort and relax in a nice environment that doesn't have all this outside pressure on it to do these other things. You're there doing a job, fulfilling a role. You're doing what you've been hired to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the necessity. You're still allowed to do the other things you need to do, but there isn't that void of a giant list of things you can and should be doing.
Yeah, I did spend 2 days doing school stuff because the week of mid-state I didn't get to do anything.
But you can. There isn't all that other distraction.
Yeah, in 2 of my 3 classes, I've worked almost all the way through July.
Yeah, well, good thing too, because July is
I know.
gone.
I know.
If you and I are looking at the month of July, it ain't happening. We're looking at August already.
It's one of those. It had to happen, and it created the space for me to like do that guilt free.
No, I think that's really awesome, and you do seem a little bit, I don't know, easier but yeah, just a little. You're granting yourself a little bit more grace these last few days.
Yeah. So the recovering from mid-state, it does feel like kind of finally. There's still again a lot to pack away, a lot of stuff to do.
Not a ton.
The rain was a big pain in the ass because it never stopped.
No, it stormed yesterday.
It's pretty much stormed almost every day, at least like once. And then the other thing is then it's like super hot during the day.
Oh, yeah.
The only time you can really do stuff out in that corral area is usually about after 4 or 5 once that sun sets below the hill. And I mean, you've been going all day. So it's kind of hard to get up.
Well, I'm at work.
You are at work until 6, almost 7 by the time you get home.
Yeah, so it's not, there's an hour.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. Like, usually when I get off work, I want to get something to eat, sit in my chair, and then go to bed.
Yeah, and I feel bad being like, hey, you want to go out here and help me do this? So it's one of those. I know.
You want to get up at 5 a.m. and go out there and do it?
No, I don't. So.
We work at different times.
We do, and that's.
But I want you to be home.
Yeah, I know. And I want to be home when it's time to be home.
But
So
you're just sitting over there working on the computer anyway.
yeah. So well, you're watching dumb shows.
Yeah,
Movies.
I've got a little more license to watch dumb movies when you're not here.
Yeah.
I like to find things that you will enjoy probably, and even when you don't enjoy them right away, you get invested and then criticize it.
Yeah. How do you feel Postman's Take Bill called it?
Well, hauling the trash off is always a big event.
It is.
It feels like this is a wrap once we make our biannual trip to the dump, which if you've never been to your local landfill, I highly recommend it. In fact, if you've been wanting to go and don't have an occasion, just send me a message and I'll let you go next year for us.
Yeah.
End of June, I got a truck and a trailer full of trash you can haul off.
This was my second trip to the dump this week.
Yeah, you went to a different place though.
No, I went to.
You went to that same. Yeah, but that was for yard clippings.
Yeah, well, I still got 4 more bags of yard clippings and 3 more bags of trash. So
you didn't have to.
I'm gonna make
listen
3 times in a week.
You didn't have to pull up on the scale, get weighed in, and then drive up the hill to the
big stinky
dump house.
Buzzards.
Yeah, where all the garbage trucks come in from the surrounding areas and dump their garbage. You didn't have to do that. It was, I'm going to say, particularly ripe this year because usually we make that a morning activity.
Yeah,
like we busted out and get it done in the morning. I work in the mornings, so didn't get that done, but got it done this afternoon after a full day of garbage trucks have dumped off their garbage.
It's pretty rank.
It was pungent.
It was pretty rank.
Pungent. I came home and I could still smell it.
Oh, it was on me.
Not well. I mean, I'm clinging. Like I've showered and closed it. Like, but like the memory of the odor. Like.
Oh no, I absorbed it.
It's lodged.
Like
that's what it is.
From the sweating.
It's like backtrack in your mind what like fresh cookies smell like out of the oven. That's the same.
Opposite of that.
Yeah, it's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah,
it was, quite frankly, the grossest trash I think we've had yet.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. There weren't as many like maggots and stuff. We've had some pretty nasty ones. And this year I did cover it up with a tarp.
Solid move covering it with a tarp.
Yeah. It made hauling way easier.
Yeah, less stress of the bags falling off the trailer down the highway.
Which we've had happen and had to fix that. Yeah. And it kept everything pretty dry. But I felt like it was minimal maggots this year, so that's
that's always
good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, here's the thing is when I look at have you recovered from mid-state? No, and it's not something that I'm really looking to recover from because it's not like you get worn down physically and then like, all right, my body's fresh and the sleep deprivation's gone. It's this thing that changes you. And when the race is over, you think about how the race went and you think about what you want to do next year. And so like, I'm planning as soon as the race is over, like I'm trying to figure out how we can make this a better event.
Yeah.
A lot of times when the event's going on, and you're thinking about people's stories and you're thinking about how it's changed you and how you need to change for the next year. We've said this before, this race, mid-state in particular, has forced us to be better as individuals, as a couple, as a partnership. It pushes and tests us every year, sometimes in different ways. It's not something I'm looking to recover from. It's this huge growth opportunity, this huge growth experience that we're then able to take into other areas of our lives. And listen, I don't want to give it away, but we've got something big coming up at the end of the month, and so I'm really, really excited about. That's not a recovery from this race. That's
an extension.
Extension and the race pushing us forward. So no, haven't recovered. Don't plan on it recovering. But thoughtful question. I mean, I love that. I mean, it's fantastic. All right, I should have brought my glasses. Eric Kinley wants to know, what's the deal with fajitas and why do I have to assemble them? Listen, you're speaking my language because I don't understand what the freaking deal is with fajitas. Why do I have to pay you $25 and you bring me a sizzling plate of food, making a spectacle through the whole restaurant, and then plop it in front of me and I got to put it together myself? Get that mess out of here. Why don't you swing by and just let me know it's ready and I'll go back there and get it myself? I got to tip you for this? This is nonsense. I am 100% against dining in food assembly. If you bring me a plate of food, that's how I should be able to eat it. I won't put together a burger. I'm certainly not going to put together fajitas. I've not ordered fajitas in 35 years. Ain't happening. Not doing it. I understand the deal with fajitas. Like, why would you just a Lego set obsessed child? You're a grown man now. You're 48, Carl. Linda doesn't want to watch you put together fajitas.
I like assembling fajitas. I like being able to put a ratio of things that I want and pick through. Do I want this many onions?
You're just ending up with a taco.
Yeah, but
just order tacos.
No.
They got fajita tacos.
No, they don't.
You can get fajita burrito.
I don't want that.
It's the same things.
No, it's not. It's not.
How is it not the same things? It's the onions and the peppers and the steak. It's just wrapped up in a tortilla.
The portions are all off. I want to be able to fill it the way I want so that I have equal bites of stuff throughout it.
I want a pleasurable dining experience where I compensate somebody for their labor of preparing my meal.
Well, they don't work in a kitchen. They just bring you the food.
The guy back there making the food works in the kitchen. He should be putting the food together.
Yeah, we're going to disagree on this.
We are going to disagree on this. And this reminds me of this. I think it's out in like Donaldson. Well, not for nothing. I think half of the this is where you should eat in Nashville places are in Donaldson. And Donaldson's not Nashville. If you're visiting the area, just know that.
Oh, yeah. There are people. I love you guys out there in the trail world. They're like, oh, when I say I'm not from Nashville, and they're like, oh, I'm from Nashville. And I'm like, oh, yeah, what part? And they go, oh, I was up in Donaldson. Or any other.
I mean, I wasn't trying to offend anybody, but I'm glad you're there.
No, but, and I want to go, that's not Nashville.
Yeah, the insider joke I always say, the only people that are actually from Nashville grew up in Dixon. Which is also not Nashville.
That's true.
Which is what I will tell you. Yeah. I say it to you all the time.
Yeah.
When you say, I'm from Nashville, I was like, you grew up in Dixon. Which you didn't.
I did not grow up in Dixon.
Yeah, you're from Nashville.
Genuinely.
Yeah. But no, there's this place where it's like a breakfast place. It's like breakfast hibachi, except there's no hibachi-ist. They just bring you ingredients, and then you make your own breakfast at a table with a hot griddle in the middle of it. Like you pour your own pancakes and fry your own bacon, and it's all, people love it. It's all the rage. I'm like, absolutely not. Why?
What fucking transplants love that? There's not a native Nashvilleian.
It's a thing.
No, there's not a native Nashvilleian.
I'm sure it's one of those.
I'm into it.
I'm sure it's one of those visit Nashville bachelorette party tour things. Like, oh, we can go out to breakfast.
It's like the Pedal Tavern of food.
They bring you a pitcher of mimosas and a carton of eggs and say, have at it. Make breakfast.
They won't even do it in their own fucking house.
It's a wonderful business model.
They'll pay to cook breakfast, but they won't.
It's like an up class. It's like an up class Waffle House with where you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, but without the knife fight.
That's disappointing. That's disappointing. That's what you're going to Waffle House for. What's that place? What's that place in Blue Ridge? Is it Waffle King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
It's not. It's horrible.
I love it.
Love going there. It's horrible every year. Yeah, I'm not doing fajitas. I'm against it. I'm against it. By the way, we got a cheeseburger for lunch today. I'm going to rate it a 4.7.
Oh, you had a cheeseburger. I had a grilled chicken sandwich, and it's pretty solid.
4.7 for the cheeseburger. I think it was less than $5, which is going to gain points.
Yeah, Leader's Fork Market.
It came in an aluminum wrapper with a sticker said cheeseburger on it. And that's what we're looking for when we're rating cheeseburgers.
Accurately labeled.
Yeah.
Packaged to go.
It was a bun, a patty, and a slice of cheese.
Perfect.
Yeah. What more do you need?
Nothing.
We're going to do a cheeseburger review live here eventually.
Okay.
No?
No.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it though. What is your go-to music during various stages of a long run, race, or trail work?
I don't typically listen to music when I run, but I will when I'm doing trail work. Sometimes if I'm out there doing hill repeats or doing something, but not often. I would say I turn on my Pandora, and it's either Cody Jinks, Zach Bryan,
Solid.
or the Americana station.
Zach Bryan is just so amazing.
Yeah, his jams. Waylon Jennings. I'm back in the Cross Canadian Ragweed station because I love CCR. Yeah, those would be my jams on there.
I feel like you're leaving out a lot of pre-race hype music.
Oh yeah, I mean there is some of that, but like that's like a handful of songs.
Come on, listen. Jones may not listen to music while she's in a race, but she's got some pre-race hype music.
Why don't you tell the people?
What do you got?
I don't know. You tell me.
You got that. I don't know the names of the songs.
Sing the lyrics.
I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I am that bitch, and I'm gonna go get the bag, and I'm not gonna take no shit.
Yeah, that was it. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
You're not on that anymore?
No.
What was it? It's not that.
I don't get tired. We had that.
Yeah, I don't get tired.
Black and yellow.
Come on.
What? Oh, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Spin around your head like a helicopter.
Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'd had to go through my running jams.
Pre-race hype music list.
It's running jams.
Running jams.
Yeah.
Or Beckham Jones. I might have them right here. We'll just take a little tour into Raise Up.
Yeah.
That's one of your jams. Black and Yellow.
I love Black and Yellow.
I Am.
Yeah, that's not my jam anymore.
I don't get tired.
That one, the I Am trauma triggers me now.
Does it? That's a no-go? We'll take it off the list. I'm going to take it off the list right now. Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't get tired. This Is Why I'm Hot is on the list.
That's not mine.
No, it's definitely yours. And
it's not. It's not.
I don't know if I can say this. It's going to affect our rating, but Thinking With My Dick is on there.
Oh, I'm just thinking with my dick. That was so good.
My shit's dumb.
That's so good. Fuck. I'm fuck with you guys. That's so good.
It's a fantastic song. It really is. I listened to a lot of music while running last year. I never used to listen to music at all, and then I was trying to get out of my own head. So I got some over-the-ear headphones or Jawbone headphones. I was doing a lot of music, and Shane Smith and the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
All I See Is You on repeat is going to lock it down, and this is going to get weird. Adele. That's a long pause.
Okay, yeah, we have different playlists. I'm looking at mine, and
I don't have a playlist. First of all, I'm not a music person. Let's back up. My favorite.
Find someone like you. Is that
I love that you sing. I'm not like my favorite thing to listen to is just the radio. Just turn on the radio. These people, this is an entire industry. Thousands and thousands of professionals for generations telling us what we need to listen to. Just let them do it. They're the musical experts. So I just like to listen to the radio. It's very odd that I will find an artist and go, this is the one I want to listen to. Shane Smith and the Saints is that artist right now. I listened to Zach Bryan exclusively for like 2 years.
Yeah, that was great.
Just like the Apple Essentials album. Mm-hmm. Just let it play.
Yeah, no, it's good. One of my jams, and this came back on my radar when I was running across the state, and I remember it was like headed up towards like, so it was wherever you got those little strawberry treats from, like the Amish.
Gosh,
like I
still have flashbacks of those. I want to go back there so bad. I have no idea where it's at.
I could probably go through my trauma log and figure it out, but I remember before I got to like that song like came on like my random because I was
which one?
The Working Man's PhD, Aaron Tippett.
Classic.
And I was like, this is my fucking jam. And I love that song.
That's before you listened to Open the Gate for 4 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I actually got to where I could listen to something and it took my mind off things, that was like nice. I don't typically listen to music, but I did where I could out there because I needed something other than traffic passing me by. So there was that one. I've got Cash Commandments by Cash Doll. Glorilla's my my jam right now with What You Know About Me and TGIF. The My favorite lyric right now. She's like, got that. When she's talking about having on her tank top and her biker shorts, she's showing off her moose knuckle. It tickles me. Moose knuckle is my favorite thing in the world right now.
Well, no, we're not going to ask. Listen, if you don't know what it is, don't Google it. We'll just keep it pushing.
I'm just saying.
That's a little insight in the musical stylings of our lives. Oh, good gracious. Yeah, Shane Smith and the Saints. Almost exclusively now. I got another question here. Mid-state millennial buckle. Anyone with 1,000 combined miles between Tennessee, Mid-State Mile, and Big Al's?
I don't think anyone's reached it yet.
We could be. It's interesting. It's interesting, and one, I like the idea of acknowledging running 1,000 miles on one course.
We've talked about that
because Big Al's is a different course. So I don't know if I want to loop it in. But in 6 years, we could have some people bumping up against it. If you've done Big Al's, or not Big Al's, if you've done Mid-State and Tennessee Mile every year, you could be getting close.
Yeah.
You could be really getting close. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll probably throw something together for that. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to put the spreadsheet together.
Yeah.
And let us know. It's a little office work on our end to go through and figure out where everybody's at. Which we could do. I mean, Becca loves a good project, and she's never out of things to do.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not going to do it. No. I might, though. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think that sounds like a job.
This is now a John job. So, yeah, probably not going to happen.
I do a lot of back office stuff. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I would prefer if someone gave me a heads up that they're getting closer to it.
Yeah, let's, yeah, I think we could do a 1,000-mile buckle for that.
I ask Mid-State.
We don't do buckles for Mid-State. I think we have, and then we don't. And
if you hit 100, I'm happy to make you a buckle. Now, I said if you retroactively want one, I'll make you one. But if you don't, we're not handing out,
Yeah, we're not going to come to you in the middle of the race and say, "Here's your buckle."
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Oh goodness, just what?
Say, I do have on the questions for Mid-State. I think it has it for Tennessee Mile. I know for Mid-State, what is your total miles that you've done?
So we're already asking.
Yes.
Well, this is great. This is fantastic. We're ahead of the game.
All right. What was so important?
I don't know how you lost me.
It was very important.
Well,
you would not let me finish.
Yeah, then you made a really mean face at me, and I don't even do it anymore. I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to incentivize people coming back. When I look at these big mileage buckles or big mileage awards, one, really super cool to acknowledge what people have done on the course, but then two, it keeps people coming back.
Yeah.
Potawatomi does it, and this is maybe an unpopular opinion, but I believe Western States does a 1,000-mile buckle. Mm-hmm. And for the life of me, what the crap are you doing, Western States? Because how many people are on the wait list on the lottery every single year, and you let 5 new people into the race that haven't ran? And so you're just incentivizing the same group of people to come back and run, who obviously want to come back and run, to get a 1,000-mile buckle. Do you, once they reach 1,000 miles out there, do you not let them run the race anymore? This is not a scarcity thing. A lot of people want to get into your race, Western States. Maybe don't give out a huge award for 10-year finishers. Maybe hey, let's let some new people run. It seems to be a popular event.
They can do whatever they want. I don't care.
I'm just saying, and that's, I don't get it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a race wanting to have a small group of people who keep coming back.
I think this particular event has a lot of people that keep coming back to it, and there's a lot of people that don't get to run it.
There's a lot of other races happening.
That's true. That's not on your list.
No.
That's not on mine either.
I'll apply, having a qualifier, but I don't give a shit.
I just think it's weird, I guess. Again, unpopular opinion.
Agreed.
Unpopular opinion from me.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. There's so many other races out there, and I understand people want the experience, and the course is open all year. Go run it.
Well, they
Put
got
your gun under
soft
your belt.
rock. No, that's another
They
one.
do have soft
Do
rock.
they have? What would the alternative for Western states be?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something. There's so many low key things out there and self supported that you can.
Doesn't have the prestige.
No, it doesn't. But I see both sides, but I also like don't care. And not everyone can run everything. That's just how it is. There's a lot of options out there.
That's fair. All right, maybe I got to walk it back a little bit. I just like when I saw it, it seemed glaring to me that there were so many people wanting to get in every year and then not getting in.
Yeah, well, they let in, like 300 people. I don't think the 20 to 30 who are repeats every year are really hindering.
Do you think the number's that low?
Yeah.
Well, this is just me being uninformed and developing hard opinions. Keep on doing you, Western. Congratulations to all those Western states finishers this year. Tight race this year. Not that we get into what is actually going on in the world of ultra running on this show. That's not what we're doing. But it was a tight race this year.
Yeah, it's pretty close up there, especially the men's race.
Yeah, this is always fun. I like when these top tier races, the big three, as I kind of refer to them, Hard Rock, Western, and Leadville. I like it when it's close at on the podium.
Yeah,
like when they're genuinely racing for 100 miles and they're just a few minutes apart. Like that is very intriguing. That is really fun to watch happen.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a fucking show, and I don't know what podcast Jim Walmsley was on, but they did like a little soundbite, and he was like, I think we're at the point where if you're going to put on an elite bib, you shouldn't be allowed pacers. And I was like, fucking A. And like the way he said it too was just like with this like
Walmsley can say it.
He can say it, yeah.
Walmsley
sure.
can probably say whatever. If he came on and said, you know what? I don't think Western should be giving out 10-year buckles anymore. Everybody'd be like, Walmsley, yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah, I mean it was like the way he said it, I was like, yeah, and that's something I don't disagree with. If you're going to put on an elite bib and race as an elite,
it's interesting, and I think it's really.
If you're running a 14-hour 100,
yeah, that's what does it for me. That's the contemplative part of it. Is like it's 14 hours.
Yeah,
like your race is over before most people can pick up a pacer.
Yeah,
in a regular race, like, do you really need one? And at that point, like, that's the other argument, is that you might genuinely need somebody to pace you. That's their function, is pacing you and keeping you on pace. That high turnover, hitting those splits, and keeping you going, as opposed to reminding you to eat some gummy worms.
Yeah. But I think if you're an elite, that's part of your job.
A little bit. Like
your job is to keep yourself accountable.
I'm here for it. How many of them had pacers this year?
Oh, I have no idea. But he mentioned, I can't remember if it's Black Hill or Black Canyon.
I think Black Canyon's the big one.
And he said, basically the aid stations have made it where the elites can push themselves to the absolute brink and still be safe. Once they get there.
Well, that's really
so there's no point in you don't need anyone out there to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
So
you're only out there 14 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Or if you're a woman, 16.
Yeah, not to discount that.
No, and I don't mean that as like but and someone will fucking take it like that. But I mean, you're still not out there for 30 hours, 25. And traditionally, the women are running about 2 hours slower than the men. No. Just in general, if you look at the finishing times, the math, that's the way it fucking maths.
But I can't argue with the results.
Which is still damn fast.
It's pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
I hear it's a downhill course, though.
Yeah. So, I agreed with that. I was like, I don't often have a lot of opinions on ultra running stuff. Like, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, it's our business, but like,
I feel like that's all we have is opinions on ultra running stuff. That's the whole point of the show. Is us coming in and talking about ultra running and having opinions.
I think how ultra running and running translates to life, but I don't care how people host their events.
I
don't give a crap about your rules. No, I really don't. If I disagree with them, I don't have to run your race.
Listen, that's fine. I appreciate that point. I think there should be some decorum involved in the sport. And I think that's one of the things, that's really awesome about ultra running is it doesn't have a huge governing body behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But B, kind of keeps ultra running on the back burner of major sports, which
I'm fine
I
with.
also think is a good thing. Like people, I think the debate comes up every 4 years of when are we going to get an ultra in the Olympics?
I don't want it.
What would you even do? You do a 50K? That's boring.
It's not that much further than a marathon.
Right, that's why it's boring.
Oh.
Like a 100-mile race in the Olympics, I'd watch that. It's not going to be more, no. It could be really cool because the Olympic venues change every year. But then you have to get certified courses and all the logistics. And I don't think that's an event that can ever be pulled off, even for the Olympics. There's way too many logistics over 100 miles. You'd end up with a loop course or something like that, which isn't as intriguing on a world 100-mile stage. If you were going to do anything, you would do a last man standing, which they did in Australia. We're going to keep on it. The Dead Cow Gully. Woo!
5 days.
Holy smokes.
I just think the more you see the sport grow, the more I think it goes both ways. Say this. You see doping, you see cheating, you get a lot of people who lack integrity.
Yep.
Because there is more money to be made, there is more spotlight to be had, more endorsements, all of that. And I think it takes away from what we love about the sport.
100%.
So I think that there's a fine balance, but I think if you look at shit like UTMB and Lifetime Fitness and all that they're doing to these big races.
Oh, they destroyed Leadville.
Yeah.
100% destroyed Leadville.
At UTMB, is it implementing all these fucking green rules and travel stuff and fees and a whole other thing? And this is the shit you get when you have a huge governing body taking over a sport. When something becomes corporatized and when you grow like that, that's what happens. Now, does that open up the door for a lot more grassroots and low-key? Absolutely. People who want a more authentic grassroots experience will stay more towards their local ultras. And that'll help. And you'll get the people coming over from, no offense, but from triathlons and cycling and all the other stuff into our sport who like the big name stuff, who did an Ironman or basically bought their way into Leadville.
You can do it.
You can. And, that's just not...
it's not the experience you're looking for.
No, not me personally. But I don't knock anyone that's what they like to do. We're all in this for different reasons. I don't care. But I don't want to see our sport corporatized.
No.
So I think that it should have
against corporations and alternate. And this is one of the things that I don't know. You and I talked about this, about our sponsorship this year in particular, was all people that are attached to the event.
Mm-hmm.
Like genuine, have been there, were there, participated in it, have a connection to the event. And that's what I very much love and appreciate about the partners of Mid-State, is that, we're not soliciting corporations and brands and reaching out, trying to pull people in. It's very organic. It's people coming in like, hey, can I be a part of this event? Hey, how can I help? Hey, can I do this or can I do that? And we love that.
Yes.
It is grassroots. It happens naturally. And it's what I cherish about hosting this race or having those people be a part of the race. Yeah. Because they are very much a part of the race.
Yeah.
So they're not just a sponsor.
Yeah.
They didn't just write a check.
Yeah.
They came. They are there. They've been there before. They want to be attached to it. Like it's very meaningful. It's hands-on.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love.
Yeah. And that's what we personally strive for. And there are other
that's just us.
That don't, and that's fine. Again, I don't care.
Y'all do you.
Yeah. I don't care. Do whatever it is you want to do. That is the beauty of America.
All right. You heard it here first. That's the beauty of America by Becca Jones.
Yeah, is that all we got for
today? Yeah, we got 4 questions. Hey, listen, 4 questions is fantastic. It's half our listening audience.
Oh my God. Um, I am excited to get this master class and this course out. So I am gonna start something you're not even ready for. I hadn't even told you.
Love that.
You ready for this?
Probably not.
Yeah. I thought about this before. Uh, JMO actually had the idea. So it's gonna be like a virtual run club, subscription based only. And basically, I take you on a run with me. I'll have a run schedule and I will live stream during the run. You can join in, you can replay it, and I will narrate the run, talk about things. It'll just be fun adventure. I bought
Running with Rebecca.
uh probably Coach BMFJ or running with Becca, but not Rebecca. Run with Rebecca.
That's,
Yeah, no, I mean
the
it's
R's.
yeah, but the only people that call me Rebecca are the people that want something from me or I'm in trouble. So
I do that a lot.
yeah. So you usually want something or I'm in trouble.
Fair.
So,
Yeah, that's generally, yeah, it's one of those two things.
but it's going to be through our Instagram, and I'm setting up subscriptions, and it'll be
We could do another. We could do a subset, jogging with John.
there. You go. Yeah, but it'll
You want to
be
go for a jog with John?
I think $20 a month, and I'll do 3 runs a week, sometimes more. There'll be exclusive content, and I have a bunch of downloadable.
No. How exclusive is this content?
It's not like OnlyFans for running. Get the fuck.
Just check. Just
No.
check. Hey, I don't want any people getting ideas of what's going on.
No, I get
You
that.
said it came from JMO. Like, not for nothing.
It's PG.
Like, let's.
It's PG Infinite
Yeah.
Phase only. But yeah, basically, like you can come on a virtual run with me. I'll live stream it and you can replay it. So if you're on the treadmill or something, and I'm gonna go different places, different parks, and do some out of our parents, hey, like let's say Thursdays at
Like,
Gilmore.
they're not our parents.
My parents, whatever. The farm.
We're in Tennessee. We're not cousins.
But
This is fantastic. You have a run log reputation that many people may not know about, and I don't want cats out of the bag, but we log everything through Strava,
yeah,
more or less. And I think if you're running, you're on Strava. And
sometimes I've been really lazy.
Yeah, you really have. You're letting down the audience.
I know.
You can't do that with the subscriptions.
No, I can't.
But kind of bumped up against the standards for conduct Strava put out a couple years ago, like last year.
Yeah, I thought my shit was gonna get.
You have a tendency to name your runs some things that most people wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
So
yeah, running with me is going to be fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I will likely do my first one tomorrow. Anyways, every week I'll put out a schedule, or if I'm like, hey, going to do a pop-up run.
Pop-ups.
Yeah. For safety reasons, I'm not going to like put it out there until like I'm doing it.
Sure, that makes. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but like we'll say like Tuesday might be the trail run. Or
like a selfie stick.
I've had it, and I just hadn't done it.
You have a selfie stick?
It's like a gimbal. Yeah.
When did you get one of those? No.
I finally like opened it.
When did you get one of those? It's because you've been watching these AI gorilla.
Oh my god, I love the AI gorilla videos.
Have you seen the Sasquatches?
Yes. The Yeti?
So good.
So good.
So good. This is the best thing on the interwebs.
Oh, thank God.
Is the AI Sasquatch videos. Or the gorilla. It's fantastic.
Have you seen the gorilla and Downsy?
I don't know, maybe. I don't catalog these things I see. I don't, get attached and save them or whatever. Maybe I'll send one to somebody every now and then. It's really funny.
It's inappropriate, but it's funny.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. But you do most things without my knowledge.
Well, I finally decided I'm going to do it. And I feel like I'm kind of back to a place where I have the space and the bandwidth to, I need to do things on a regular basis. I have to get back to that and have a routine. I think I need that for my mental health and my just overall success. I do better when I have some level of routine. And I do want to share and do stuff. And I don't care if there's only like one person that subscribes. I don't give a shit. Like, I want to be able to put it out there and have that there. Like, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, you've told me something like this before.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't have a community around them.
Yeah.
And if you know, like, hey, Thursday at 7, I'm going to run, you can hop on there and we can engage while
Central
running.
time. You're not 7 o'clock at night, are you?
No, but I'm just saying.
It's not 7 o'clock in the morning either.
But I think that that's a good way
No, I think that's
to connect
fantastic.
with people and give people a way to actually like run along with somebody.
It's like Peloton without the Peloton.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
fantastic.
Yeah. So
No, this
that's
is good.
me.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to see how that goes. So I've been running, and I think at one point I said I would give people an update on how my new running would go. And so we'll just jump in. You recall in the heels of Farrell, I had to learn to run differently. I think this transition works. So I have been running very deliberately ever since I started running. I'm, just a couple weeks into my block for the next race. Mid-state kind of took a hit training wise, but it has been purposefully different. And
can you hear those kitties?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hear. They're angry. They want to go for a run. I'll run. But I got a couple long runs in now, and I can tell you that it feels very much different to run. That I've been running this 4.16 mile loop around the neighborhood, which if you're familiar with the sport of ultra running, that 4.16 distance is very significant. So I'm not planning, I'm pondering doing something real stupid. Maybe in January with that, but it's been very interesting. And I've been attempting to reprogram my thought process while I'm running. And I'm saying, I've got a new mantra. I don't think does it justice. A mantra is something you pull out of the bag when stuff's getting hard. This is a deliberate meditation with my first step and second step and third step. And the goal is the entirety of the run, telling myself simple things over and over again. And I can say that it's working very much. My runs are been all different. Even the difficult runs have been much easier to do. There was 16 miles the other day, which was four loops, and we kind of went back and forth. I'm like, hey, should I run 12 or should I run 20? 16 was really good. It was hot as bejesus, really, really sweaty, dehydrated. Did a lot of things wrong for the fun of just not feeling properly in that run, which I don't recommend. But it was my first long run of the block, and even though it was hard physically, there wasn't like this escape fight or flight response, like how am I going to get out of this back and forth toying. It was just like, this is what I'm doing. And I've tried like going for runs and just telling myself, like, you're just running right now, you're just running right now, you're just running right now, like be in the moment. Oh, look at the trees, look at the birds, how beautiful is the sky, and like just try to really be present and be in it. And that's not quite there, but the base layer of thought that I've laid down allows my mind to go, and it's really been fantastic because I've been able to meditate and ponder and think of some other things and kind of dig through my past a little bit and figure out why I tick the way I do and why I've responded the way I have. And when that thought process gets into a lull, it just goes right back to this baseline of the same thing, which is a positive thing. The interesting part about that is I realize that there is a difference between saying you are, and I am. And I don't know what that difference is yet, but I know that there is a difference to be had. And I don't know if it's simply whether you need internal or external validation. That's probably what I'm leaning towards is, I lean towards this particular side of it. This is where I need validation to come from. And that's interesting. Why do you need it from that direction? Okay, let's shift it over to here and see if that jives and those puzzle pieces fit. But I'm able to go through this process because the first week was really hard because all I wanted to think about was running and just trees and birds and there's a squirrel and don't get hit by this car. And so it was a lot of like work, which wasn't fun, but it was good work to be done.
Mhm.
But running is so much is where I sort out thoughts and plan things and come up with topics for the podcast
Yeah, Lord knows I ain't doing it.
and realize that your back fluffing really irritates me. But it's also this place that has given me not pleasant things to think about. So it's nice that I'm able to think about things and not be unpleasant. My mind is very, very busy all the time. And I've developed some tools and I've developed some skills. And I think what I realized is that one of the tools I developed at a very young age was depression. I've been depressed. You know this. I've not hid it from anybody. I've dealt with depression for most of my life. And what I've come to realize is I think what I really have had is anxiety in these situations in life. And I have used depression to avoid and deal with those situations. Because recently, and I say recently, past year, month, what, past year, past few months, 18, whatever, I've not felt depressed at all. But I've still had all of this other anxiousness, all of these other symptoms that now I've got to deal with. But I'm not using depression to deal with it. You know, if you're a hammer, everything's a nail. If that's the only tool you have, it's the only tool you're going to use. So developing different tools, realizing, unpacking that, has been, I think, very productive.
It's good. It's good. I think that's great that you're doing that.
So that's the update. That's where I'm at with running right now.
Well, I think that's a pretty solid realization. Some good self reflection there. Sorry you struggle with that.
With what?
Anxiety.
Oh, it's just weird. I think it's just, it comes in programming really, really young before you can really understand what's going on. And then you just develop this coping mechanism. And that kind of throws a heavy blanket over all of it.
Well, thanks for being open and honest about that.
That's the Ultra Crude podcast. You got anything else for me, Miss Jones?
That's about all I got.
All right.
Just keep an eye on social media for our Run With Me Run Club.
Run With Me Run Club. Look at that. Hey, listen, we appreciate you following along as we talk about ultra running in life. You know where to find us. Send it to somebody else if that's what you want to do. Right? You guys know how podcasts work. We'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody.